Can you believe it's been 20 years? 20 whole years since a little high school football show from Texas stole America's heart and never gave it back. Close your eyes with me for just a second. It's Friday night. The porch light is on. The air smells like cut grass and barbecue. Somewhere down the street, you can hear the band warming up, and that familiar voice echoes across the neighborhood. Clear eyes, full hearts. And before he even finishes, you're already whispering the last part with him. Can't lose. If you grew up watching Friday Night Lights, if you ever sat on the couch with your dad, your mom, your kids, or even by yourself with a bowl of popcorn and tears you didn't expect, then what I'm about to tell you is going to feel like coming home after the longest 20 years of your life. Because yesterday, December 11th, 2025, the Dillon Panthers officially suited up again. Coach Eric Taylor, Tami Taylor, Tyra Collette, and the man who brought the whole town to life, Jason Katims. They're all coming back together. Next May, at the ATX Television Festival in Austin, Texas, the core Friday Night Lights family is holding the biggest reunion the show has ever seen for its 20th anniversary. And friends, the internet is already crying happy tears. Let that sink in. 20 years since we first met a quarterback named Jason Street, who thought one night would define the rest of his life. 20 years since Tim Riggins walked across that field with the weight of the world on those broad shoulders and still managed to make every single one of us feel less alone. 20 years since Coach Taylor looked straight into the camera or straight into our souls and reminded us that character is what you do when nobody's watching. If you're over 45 like so many of us here at Explain Daily, this show didn't just entertain you. It raised you all over again. It taught your kids how to stand back up when life knocked them flat. It taught husbands how to love their wives through the hard seasons. It taught wives how to hold a family together when the money's tight and the dreams feel farther away than ever. And now the people who gave us those lessons are getting back together. Kyle Chandler, our Coach Taylor, is coming. The man who made Texas forever more than just a catchphrase. He made it a promise. You know, Kyle's been a little quieter these days, directing beautiful films, raising his daughters. But when they called him about this reunion, he said yes in a heartbeat. Because Dillon never left him either. Connie Britton, Mrs. Coach, Tami Taylor, the strongest woman most of us have ever known on television, will be right there beside him. Connie's been out there changing the world, speaking up for women, for education, for second chances, just like Tami always did. When she heard the news, she posted the simplest thing on Instagram, a photo of her old Dillon Panthers mug and the words clear eyes, full hearts. I'm coming home. And Tyra Collette, sweet, tough, brilliant Adrienne Palicki, is walking back onto that field too. Remember when Tyra thought she'd never get out of Dillon? Remember when she wrote that college essay that broke all of our hearts wide open? Adrienne says she still gets letters, actual handwritten letters, from women who saw Tyra leave and decided they could leave too. She says bringing Tyra back, even for one weekend, feels like keeping a promise to every one of those women. Jason Katims, the quiet genius who created the whole world, will be there moderating the panel. He told reporters yesterday, "We didn't just make a TV show. We made a family, and families find their way back to each other." They're already teasing surprise guests. Names floating around. Zach Gilford, our sweet Matt Saracen. Gay as Charles, Smash Williams. Maybe even Scott Porter, wheeling back in as Jason Street, if the stars align. Nothing confirmed yet, but you know how Dillon works. You show up. You show up for each other. I want you to think about where you were in 2006 when this journey started. Some of you had teenagers in the house yelling at the TV every Friday night. Some of you were those teenagers. Some of you were already grandparents, watching a show about high school kids and somehow seeing your whole life flash before your eyes. Wherever you were, Friday Night Lights met you right there. It said, life is hard. Dreams get paralyzed. Marriages get tested. Kids make terrible mistakes. Parents make worse ones. But love, real, stubborn, Texas-sized love, can carry you through anything if you refuse to quit on each other. And now, 20 years later, in a world that feels faster and colder than Dillon ever did, we get to sit down together again. We get to hear Coach and Tami laugh about the arguments they had off-screen. We get to watch Tim Riggins' shy little smile when somebody asks about Lila Garrity. We get to remember that none of us are alone in this game. So here's what I want you to do tonight. Pull out your old Dillon Panthers t-shirt from the bottom drawer. The one that doesn't fit quite right anymore, but you can't bear to throw away. Find that group chat with your college buddies and send them the reunion news. Call your dad or your son or that friend you used to watch with every single week and just say, Texas forever. See what happens. I guarantee somebody cries. Because this reunion isn't just about a TV show turning 20. It's about all of us turning a page and realizing the best stories never really end. They just wait for the right Friday night to come back around. If this story touched your heart the way it touched mine, if just hearing those three little words, clear eyes, full hearts, still makes something inside you stand up straighter, then do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Ring the bell. Follow Splain Daily on Facebook and Instagram so we can keep these beautiful memories alive together. And please, please, tell me in the comments, who was your favorite character? Does this reunion make you want to call somebody you haven't talked to in years? Or maybe, just maybe, are you already counting down the days to May? I read every single comment. I always will. Until next time, clear eyes, full hearts. We can't lose. Texas forever, family.